Welcome to 5 Minutes of X, where the ink's barely dry before the next villain barges in. Welcome back to 5 Minutes of X. Today we're diving into the X-Men number 17, released on December 2nd, 1965, scripted by the sensational Stan the Man Lee, with pencils by the kingly Jack Kirby, plus the Avengers number 24 hitting the streets November 11th, 1965, and the Avengers number 25 dropping onto spinner racks on December 9th, 1965, both brought to life by the dynamic duo of the sensational Stan Lee, as mentioned before, and the dashing Don Heck. X-Men 17 starts with a splash page showing Iceman and Beast needing medical intervention. Iceman starts off in okay shape but rapidly loses consciousness, and the doctors in the hospital don't know what to do, which totally tracks. Why would they know what to do with a child soldier made out of ice? Warren's parents are on their way to see the students and their son, so Angel and Cyclops and Professor X actually rush back to the mansion. When they arrive, Cerebro is going nuts, but it's been sabotaged, and Professor X is down for the count. Then the lights go out, and Cyclops takes a good old-fashioned thock to the face, and he's out too. Back at the hospital, Beast's rapid healing has made him good to go from the fractured foot, but Iceman is still out cold. Beast and Marvel Girl head back to the mansion and are immediately captured. We still don't know who this assailant is, however, but before long, all our X-Peeps, except for Iceman, are in a metal ball being lifted into the air by a weather balloon. We see purple gloves with thought bubbles talking smack as the balloon takes the team high into the atmosphere. Do you know who it is yet? Who's got purple gloves? It's not the Riddler. Warren's parents arrive, and Magneto answers the door back from space or whatever. He's got a twitchy eye and seems mad as hell. But we need to catch up with the Avengers before we find out what happens next. In Avengers 24, we resume our Kang plot. The Avengers are in the future, and Kang, having been denied by this princess chick, he's big mad. He's taking over the whole future Earth planet. The Avengers try to defend, but are captured. Wanda saves her energy, and Kang finds out he's got other problems. One of his lieutenants is a traitor and is going against Kang. He asks for the help of the Avengers and promises not to take over the planet if he can get some help getting out of this situation. The Avengers do help, but as they're being sent back to their own time, Ravonna, that princess chick, she's shot by the traitor before being brutally ambushed. He's totally gunned down himself. It's brutal. Avengers 25 is actually a Doctor Doom story. Wanda and Pietro get a letter from an aunt they didn't know they had. None of the Avengers seem to notice that it came from Latveria, which is clearly the home of Doctor Doom. Hawkeye argues with everyone, but seems to recognize that his behavior will not win him any friends, and seems bummed out that Wanda has the hots for Cap. The Avengers head off to Latveria, and we cut to Doctor Doom walking through his kingdom. He gives a coin to a crippled child, and then once the Avengers arrive in his country, he surrounds the whole country in a bubble to keep everyone in. That sick kid needs out to see a doctor, but Doom won't lift the bubble until he's killed the Avengers. The Avengers use some banging teamwork here to bring the bubble down. Oddly, the entire issue rests on getting the kid out of the bubble in a single lever that Wanda breaks to keep the bubble down. Hawkeye uses a sneeze arrow to get the slip from Doctor Doom, and then blames the Scarlet Witch for being tricked, and the Avengers get away. So does that sick kid, by the way. Okay, so X-Men 17 is fine, but it spends its pages walking us to the next issue. I like that we have questions about this crazy-faced Magneto, but the balloon thing makes no sense. It's clearly a reason to slow down the threat so that they can have something to do in the next issue. I think this is also the first mention of mutants having a healing factor. I think it is. Okay, Avengers 24 is super fun. Kang having to ask for assistance from the Avengers is a cool plot beat, but the fact that the issue takes place in the future is completely just wasted here. They could have done so much more with this. It actually seemed like an alien planet rather than just being in the future. Finally, Avengers 25 has a really weak plot, but I enjoyed Wanda being the linchpin to the win against Doctor Doom. It's also really cool to watch as Doctor Doom treats his subjects poorly. They they follow him, but only because they have to. But then there's that sneeze arrow. They could have just as easily made it a smoke arrow, and it would have served the same purpose. The X-Men and the Avengers usually try to lean away from the sillier aspects of comics. With that in mind, this was kind of a major fail. It felt like something out of a 1966 Batman TV show, rather than comics of the era. Well, you survived another session in the Danger Room. For more character info, reading lists, and what other nerdy projects I'm tangled up in, head on over to Jordy.com. New episodes drop Wednesdays at noon and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. Remember, just because your arrow makes someone sneeze doesn't mean your plot will blow anyone away. God, that pun was just amazing.